Thank you for this opportunity to comment on the open letter addressed to President Biden. I will focus my remarks on one specific aspect of the letter, the role of agriculture and food systems to improve nutrition. In the brief time that I have, I will make three broad points. My first point relates to this schematic diagram of a generic food system developed by the high-level panel on food security. Even this diagram simplifies much underlying complexity. Moreover, food systems are continually evolving as new technologies are introduced, such as widespread use of mobile phones. For determining actionable activities to improve nutrition in specific settings, I do not think this broad to specific or top-down approach is a good place to start. My related second point is to simplify as follows. We can break down nutrition-related activities to be undertaken within agriculture into two broad groups. First, those activities which focus on food staples, which must increase the density of minerals and vitamins. Consumers already eat maximum amounts of food staples. Second, those activities which focus on non-staple foods must seek to increase the quantities eaten. Fundamentally, the second strategy is only possible if incomes can be increased and food prices can be lowered. Both broad strategies need to be pursued simultaneously. Food staples are not dense in minerals and vitamins. However, the absolute intake of minerals and vitamins from food staples is the result of multiplying quantities consumed times the density. The first term in this multiplication, quantities consumed of food staples, is a high number. Thus, as this slide shows, milled rice in the Philippines provides a very significant proportion of a wide range of minerals and vitamins in diets. In fact, no single food in the Philippines provides more nutrients than rice. The objective then within the sub-strategy of focusing on food staples is to increase densities. Turning now to vegetables, fruits, pulses, and animal products, those foods which are already dense in minerals and vitamins. The fundamental strategy for non-staple foods is to increase the supply of specific key foods that can contribute importantly to nutrient intakes, where supply can be increased cost-effectively through public policy and investments. The primary objective is to lower the price of these specific foods. These specific foods will, of course, vary greatly by country depending on dietary patterns. Some examples of foods that are highly nutritious but whose consumption may be blocked by high price and low income are specific vegetables and fruits, milk, eggs, and animal livers. Lower the price of any of these foods and consumers will eat larger quantities. A perfect example is provided by the work of 2019 World Food Prize laureate Simon Groot. For decades, his East-West seed company has been expanding, developing, and disseminating hybrid vegetable seeds in Africa and Asia. Farmer productivity is increased, while more rapidly growing supplies allow for the possibility of falling prices for vegetables. A second example was a major push by the Indian government called Operation Flood, which improved the efficiency of milk production. Supply went up sharply, and the price went down significantly. Investing in more efficient milk production was a very nutrition-smart agricultural activity. In closing, to address malnutrition, we need a mix of all approaches. Short-run nutrition direct, such as supplementation and commercial fortification, and long-run nutrition-smart interventions that treat the underlying causes. We need to bring in more funding under the overall nutrition umbrella. Although they are cost-efficient, sustainable, and resilient, a drawback to agricultural approaches are the long gestation periods. This is my third point. It takes many years, often decades, to have large impacts globally. As parents, we invest in our children's education over 20 years. Can policymakers and donors take the same long-term perspective with agriculture? The long-term payoffs are very high. It is a matter of finding leaders and champions for each individual approach and persevering.